Hey, what's happening, everybody? Hope all is well, and welcome back to the ShabinLife. I hope you guys enjoyed the siding video. I know I mentioned in the beginning of that video that it's been a little while since Dana and I have come out with regular videos and that we've been a bit MIA. Where have we been? We've pretty much just been living life in real time and very much enjoying it. However, we still are recording and trying to capture everything that's going on around the property on the build, and since it's been a little while, we thought we'd do another kind of catch-up video so that we can get you guys to right now, so that we can sort of pick up where we left off with you guys last. However, we did have a really nice sort of end of summer, beginning of fall, and
spent a lot of time with family and friends. Had some visits up here.
Yeah,
some birthdays, some
barbecues. My parents actually came up and spent the night. Actually,
they were the first ones to sleep in the house.
Yeah, maybe 2 nights, maybe a night or two. They were the first ones to sleep in the house. No electric, no heat. You guys are troopers. But
we also hit up the county fair.
Yep. It's been a while. We've wanted to go to the county fair, but most of the times we're just working. So it was nice that we actually got there this year. And I don't know if we have a lot of pictures or anything like that, but whatever we have, we'll throw in here. But that was a really nice time, and we had some family up for that. To go with us as well, so that was really nice.
It also was an interesting summer, you know, like most areas having drought issues and not having a lot of rainfall. There was really nothing for us to really share, you know, on a daily basis. That no one wanted to hear that we're running low on water and it still hasn't rained.
Yeah,
which
leads us to sort of like, you remember the fun size garden that we did that was just for fun this year. It did okay, but we pretty much decided through the season no more wood. The water couldn't go to the garden. Any water that we could spare went to the fruit trees, which did fairly well, but basically the water was for us. So it would have just been video after video of what should we use this water for. Our flower garden that we kind of showed you maybe a couple times this year, the stone flower garden in front of the parking area, the flowers did really good. We planted some of those seed packets that we got from the liquidator we showed you guys, and at first we thought nothing really happened, but what was it?
Like the wildflower pack.
Not the peonies?
Oh, the zinnias.
The zinnia did a crazy. I mean, Dana was cutting them the entire season and pretty much taking them to her parents or my parents or a neighbor's house. So they did really well. And then we thought that the mixed bag really wasn't doing much until that kind of boomed.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the season. So
which was really nice for all the like late season pollinators.
Yep.
I mean, whatever. I'll have to find out what it is and tell you what kind of flower it actually is, but it was just the garden, even though without the water, the flower garden was so alive with the butterflies and the different varieties of bees. It was pretty cool.
And we had stuck a couple zucchini and squash plants in that bed that did amazing as well. So even though we didn't really make out very well with tomatoes and peppers and such because of really not having water, we made out like a bandit with zucchinis and squash. So much so that we were pretty much over it, you know, 3/4 of the way through the season.
We donated some, but we could not eat enough.
But that kind of leads us to a lot of as part of what was going on over the past couple months, which was, you know, again, there's a lot of projects going on at one time. When we weren't working in the house and we were trying to utilize the nice weather, we continued to clear what will be our future garden. I hope we have some before.
Like a before
Maybe
and
we
after.
can show you guys what this area looked like. I mean, it's not that we're focused 100% on it, but we know that if we don't pay attention to it now, we won't be able to do much clearing until spring, which is going to be very mucky down there, and it's for a whole different video. But little by little, since we're doing a lot of this by hand, we were just chopping away at where our future real garden is going to be. So if we have a before, we'll throw it in, and then maybe I'll take an after so that you guys can see what it looks like as of today.
I mean, the goal definitely is not to miss another season. So just so you know what we're thinking ahead of time, you know, we're hoping that garden is built
and running next year.
Yeah.
So
it would look forward to.
It would have been great if we got a little further along this year. If we could have graded that out this year, so that I could have gotten the machines out from down in that area and been ready to start putting beds in at the beginning of the season or fence. You know, it would have been great. But we're happy at how far we got with it this year. We also probably you won't be able to tell maybe for a future video, but we also trimmed back into our property line so that we can create a road that gets down there in the future. So there's definitely a lot of, like, you know, hundreds and hundreds of saplings like we were doing when we first bought the property. But we did spend a lot of time in that garden, which was nice.
And I mean, it's already the first week of November, so firewood is always a project here. So clearing out the trees, kind of, you know, we can't process them yet, but some of the other trees that Dave had taken down in the spring, you know, just really trying to pull together as much firewood as we can.
Behind you guys,
Yes.
there's firewood sitting all in the driveway, and there's trees still that need to get bucked up there in the swale out front that we just haven't pulled out. So there's, you know, always that kind of stuff to do. So clearing the garden obviously gave us a whole bunch of seasoned firewood for next year, but it was no shortage of work to actually get cleared what was cleared down there. And again, no big machines. I mean, we're down there with a chainsaw and a brush mower. And the brush mower you really can't take down there right now because you'll break it, because it's like a Grand Canyon down there right now. But a lot of work on the garden, which was cool to happen while the weather was still nice during the summer and the fall. But I guess a large reason why we kind of wanted to catch you guys up was the kitchen, or the house. So we really didn't show you guys much in the kitchen because the idea was we were going to put together a huge, great kitchen video
Like
for you.
beginning to end, but what we realized is that like the kitchen...
It took 7 months to get the kitchen.
And it's not done. You know, it's not finished, but it's a long enough to show you like a before and where we are, and then eventually there'll be a grand.
So Dayna and I are going to kind of grab the camera and take a walk up to the house. And in the meantime, you guys can sit back and enjoy the fastest kitchen install ever. So enjoy.
So what'd you think of that time-lapse video? Never saw a kitchen install that quick before.
So tell everybody essentially what is left to do in the kitchen.
So as we said, the kitchen, you know, is not a finished product just yet. We still need to put our refrigerator, still need our gas range and oven. We did get our hood in. And our open shelving, there's going to be open shelves here. Pretty much a lot of the things that are being stored in the cabinets right now will eventually be stored out in the open so that we can get to them.
And what will the shelves essentially look like?
Well, I don't want to give all the goodies away.
Okay.
Open shelving is enough.
All right, and then backsplash?
And then a backsplash that we're pretty sure we're going to go tile, but haven't picked anything out yet. One of the last things that I'm struggling with a little bit. Our sink, I love the sink. I love the size of the sink, how deep it is.
And it's a Kraus sink, I think.
It is a Kraus sink. Same with the faucet.
That was a nightmare to actually install with the clips underneath, but.
And then the extra large island with tons of storage. It's got the bookcase on the one side. We actually did uppers on the back side for additional storage space. Some items that maybe you don't need to get to all the time, and then lots of storage in the front. But lots of storage in the front. I mean, come on now, it's every girl's dream, and guys too. But really looking forward to utilizing the kitchen, putting it to work, spreading out, cooking on the Camp Chef and on the grill. You know, it has its challenges, and I feel like we've made the best of it, but I can't wait to actually, be able to maybe do some cooking videos and some more real canning videos and things in a workable kitchen.
We're not in a super hurry to throw a refrigerator in here because there's really no electric, but we may actually look for a Black Friday sale on the stove, because ultimately if we put a stove in to attach it to the LP tanks that we'll install outside won't be very difficult. So if we spend some time up here during the winter, since the wood stove's in here and our bedroom's all set up, we could actually just heat some water up and at least have coffee and stuff like that up in the kitchen. So we'll see what happens. But I did want to mention to you guys, one of the other small projects that we did over the course of the last few weeks was start to install the tile in the bathroom. So while I walk to the bathroom, you can watch a quick time-lapse video. I wasn't able to get a really nice shot of the finished floor in the time lapse, so here is the finished tile floor. Dayna and I are really excited with how it turned out. And now that the bathroom is waterproofed, it is pretty much ready for wall tile and paint. So I'm sure that we'll focus a little bit on this throughout the wintertime since it's more of an inside project. But I'm pretty sure that's about it for now. Basically caught you up on everything outside. We caught you up on whatever we could inside. I'm sure there are a lot of things that we've done that we didn't show you yet, but hopefully they'll pop out in some future videos. As I always say, there is still a ton to do around here, both in the house, both on the accessory building and the garden. If the weather stays nice for a few more weeks, I'm sure we'll try and focus our efforts outside while we still have good weather. On the flip side, we'll also make sure that we're basically buttoning up everything on the house and the Shabin and the carports to get ready for the winter, because we have a feeling it's going to be pretty cold. Did we not tell you we got a fun machine for the property? We'll have to show you that on the next video. For now, take me to the pond.
We don't have a pond.
Yet. Thanks as always for checking in, guys. We'll catch you on the next video. Stay fly.
What are you doing, Dave?
Plumbing. I hate plumbing.